Hello to all of our beautiful listeners all across the world. Today we're going to talk about a very wholesome film.
What happened to your accent?
This is my French accent. This I'm wanting to forget about it. I don't know why. I don't know why I decided to talk like that.
Is it just because it's a romantic movie that we're going to review today? You suddenly decide oh yeah, let's put up a French accent.
Oh yeah, yes, yes. So to start off, I want to introduce myself as my name's Wilson, and we have Billy here as my co-host. You say hello, Billy.
Hello, bonsoir.
Yeah. Yes, Billy. So now we are going to be talking about Begin Again and Again and Again and Again.
Is that supposed to be a reference to the horribly slow murderer with inefficient weapon?
The what?
Oh well.
Is that some sort of joke that's like super niched from, I don't know, one of your favorite games or something?
I don't know. The YouTube video already have like at least 3 million views. Oh well. Well, basically, it's about a ghost that kills a person by hitting the person with a spoon, and it's so inefficient that it takes years. So basically, it'll hit you again and again and again and again and again and again and again.
Oh wait, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but I forgot what's the title of the video.
The horribly slow murderer with extremely inefficient weapon.
Oh, okay.
All right. Anyway, let's drop out all those sad horror stuff and let's talk about a wholesome movie.
And also drop out the terrible offensive accent that I just pulled off. So I just insulted French people and some Southern Texans. You know,
make an enemy with the whole world. You see. Anyway.
Yes. Eventually, I'm gonna have everybody, including you and me.
Well, we're fucked then. Anyway, begin again.
Begin again. This is a film.
It's a musical.
Not really. Is it a musical? I don't think so.
Well, I mean, I suppose it's a different kind of musical, isn't it?
I don't know. Okay, La La Land, that is a musical, but it does have a coherent, pretty well structured narrative. It's pretty, because what it's trying to do is paying homage to those more classical, Broadway shows, or like those Disney movies that has song numbers sprinkled throughout important events, which is really good, just really nice. And I like La La Land too. Actually, you can. If you guys want to check out my letterbox, it's letterbox.com/Malteser999. I think in my favorite film catalog, that's one of them, just La La Land. So yes, I have very high standards. Probably not, but I can tell you for sure that I like the movie. This is pretty good too. I don't. Personally speaking, I don't think it's as good, but it's still really very accessible, and it does touch me in beautiful ways. Not the kind
of
heart
in a soft way, in a soft light.
Yes.
As if you're being caressed by the gods themselves.
Yes.
By the great gods.
Yes.
You have fallen into Eden. Anyway.
Okay, I just stop there. It gets weird.
So, what do you think? Because it's my recommendation to you.
Yeah, so you recommended me to watch this because usually it's me. It's like, hey, you should watch this film. It's amazing. Oh, you should watch this film. It's one of the best. This artsy fartsy film. You're gonna be so mind blown with all the subtext, all the messages. And now it's like, oh, you know what? Listen, shut up. You should watch a awesome movie once in a while. You fucked up little kid.
yeah, that's right. You're quite fucked up in the head, so you need to watch something normal.
Yes. Yes.
Well, actually, speaking of that, right? You should want to see the the Night Comes For Us podcast episode that I released a few weeks back. Man, it sounds like I'm a complete maniac, a psychopath. Well, anyway,
Psychopath.
yeah, enough about all the violence. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
This is the
yes.
film made by John Courtney. He has made similar movies like this in the past. So, much more well known besides this one is Sing Street. I'm not sure if you heard of that.
I've
It's
heard of it, but I've never watched it.
it's pretty much a bunch of kids. Okay, I mean every one of his movies, their structure is very similar. So expecting coming to any of his films, it's not gonna be too different from one another. So Sing Street is, I think, it's a film with a bunch of teenagers. They wanted to form a band, and I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong. They have a lot of like conflicts between members, and then they're starting to become something that they're not supposed to. I don't know. Like that's pretty much how the movie kind of goes. But the one that people keep on recommending, especially in the YouTube comments, like, "Oh, you should watch Once," which is just pretty much the original version from Begin Again, but it's in the land of the United Kingdom, mate. United Kingdom. I thought when I was seeing the cast list, I thought one of the guys is Jason Statham. I don't know why.
What?
No, there's Jason Statham. Don't worry. It'll be really hilarious if that's him though. Who's playing a guy called Guy. His name is literally Guy.
No. You see, he's a mechanic with a dark and hidden past, and then he used to be an ex-assassin, ex-CIA assassin that wants to be left alone. And then here he's just going to play guitar, and nobody asks him why he plays guitar randomly.
Can he actually sing? I never heard him sing before. Because he's usually like this badass,
He's a singing driver.
Liam Neeson. Who's the other guy who was into? Not Seagal. No. No, I don't know why that guy pops in my head.
Can you imagine if taking some musical? I don't know where you are. I don't know where you've taken my daughter. But if I find you, I'll fuck you up with my very specific skills. I'm very good at kills. I'll shred you like I shred gills. I don't know.
Producers, that's an idea for you. Make a musical about
violence
with I think. Wait, can Liam Neeson sing?
Probably. Who knows? Anyway, let's talk about how Kiera Knightley here sings, and also Adam Levigne. Well, actually, that's not a surprise because he's a band vocalist from Maroon 5.
Yeah, so there's Kiera Knightley and Mark Ruffalo, who plays the Hulk. Haley Steinfeld, who plays
she's not in the MCU yet.
Younger Hawkeye. I forgot what's her name.
Wait,
Bishop?
Was she?
Yeah, younger Hawkeye. Yeah.
Well, basically, like she's discount Queen Amidala because she was.
Wait, what? What you mean?
We already talked about this last week.
Kiera Knightley or Haley Steinfeld? Oh, okay. Discount
anyway.
I don't know which is the discounted version, but I guess if you wanna make it simpler, one is Jewish, one is an uptight British classy woman.
All right. And then and I think the acting here is pretty great, right? Also,
I'm actually even surprised. Adam Levigne can actually pull off. I mean, it's not the best, I'd say, but you can tell that he is really trying. He's putting all of his efforts into the little segments that he's given.
But you remember when how to put this? Remember when like his character received an award while hang on, let me try to remember the character's name. Right, Greta, which is Keira Knightley's character, and also Dan, Mark Ruffalo's character. Yeah, they got to her apartment, and then like James Corden's character just was like, oh look, he's on the screen right now. He's winning the award, right? And then basically Mark Ruffalo remark on his character, basically like he's a rock star now. He's living the rock star life, loving the road, and loving the popularity, the music, like obsessed with it.
Loving to pay a shitty apartment or rent, and
no, his apartment is not shitty. Like Adam Levigne's character.
Oh, sorry. You're talking about James Corden's character or Adam?
No. Basically, like Dan, right? He remarked on Dave's character, right?
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder, like, is Adam Levigne practically playing as himself? I don't know about him personally, but I wonder because it's not. We're talking about a rock star here.
I don't think so, because even the kind of music that he's playing in this movie is a bit different to what he's actually playing in real life. So the movie is the song he's playing in this film, I think it's closer to country music. I might be wrong.
I do agree. It does sound like country music.
A bit more country, because obviously in real life he's a pop star, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's already a big difference. And you know what? Let's just talk about the elephant in the room. Really, and that's a really good collections of vocals, as in vocal music. It's not just background soundtrack I'm talking about, because this movie is technically a part musical, part conventional story. So I really like the songs that they compose here. This is very good. And the thing is, when I'm actually watching the film, I was trying to actually actively listen to the lyrics just to give me like, okay, what are they trying to convey here? Because because there is this one scene with Kiera Knightley's character. Okay, maybe I should start to remember people's, like, the characters' names.
So it's 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽𝓪, Dan.
Yes.
Dave is the like Adam Levigne's character, and then there's also Violet, the daughter. Marianne, the estranged wife, and I forgot James Corden's character's name.
James Corden is Steve.
Oh, okay, let's call him Steve.
Yep. So that's Steve. So all right. So 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪, she composed a song. Wait, no, sorry, no, not her. Dave composed a song while he's on tour in LA, right? So when he came back, he obviously he comes back home. He kisses 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪, and they both make dinner together, and then like, hey, 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪, I made a really great song for you. You want to listen? And 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪's like, okay, yeah, sure. I can't wait. And he plays the song, and then 𝓟𝓸𝓽 immediately gets pissed off. Like, wait, what?
She realized something that before we did, right?
So I have to actually try to look at the lyrics, and then I was like, oh, okay. Even when I'm looking at the lyrics while also at the same time listening to the song, it's not even that obvious that spoiler alert, he's cheating on her, right? But even the lyrics isn't that obvious, if that makes sense. Because it's very subtle. But the thing is that I think in that film's in universe, I think that song, if she hears it, it's gonna be a little odd, because because I think I'm not too sure about the actual lyrics, but the song basically is telling the listener, just like, oh, I'm not satisfied with where I am. I want to reach for the stars, and then it's pretty much like a subtle message, so subliminal message, I guess, about he's not really satisfied with his current relationship or situation. That's why.
Oh, you actually read into it. Wow, I didn't realize. I thought he just basically, like, it's a pickup song, I think.
No, it's not really a pickup song. It's pretty much him saying that I'm not happy with where I am. I'm reaching for the stars, and I'm just going to keep doing this until I'm satisfied. And then 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪's like, what the fuck? And then she just slaps him. Obviously he's gonna be mad, but actually I'm also surprised that, like, wow,
the tension building is so well done too, right? It's just basically like something's wrong just based on both of their face, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's very subtle, but
heads up to Miss Knightley.
and also Mr. Levigne.
I don't really getting a lot with him, but
okay, fine.
Sure,
he didn't put that much.
Because to be fair, Adam Levine's character Dave is not really a big like his role isn't read up as prominent as Greta and Dan, obviously. So that's fine. But that's also it's also really good too. So especially obviously the highlight, which is so when they actually broke up, and then when she met Dan, right, Mark Ruffalo's character, who's at the same time on that same day he had a conflict with his wife,
daughter, also his business partner, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, he got fired. Yeah,
from his own company.
From his own company, just like Steve Jobs. Wow, it's a lot of that's a lot of subtext, huh? No, never mind. So yeah, they both meet together, and then they're like, "Hey, we should have a drink." And then eventually, they meet again in the morning, and it's like, "Hey, you know what? Let's make music together. You want to do that, Greta?" And then she just goes, "Are you? What are you talking about? Like, we're just going to put up all of our music, all of our audio instruments, and we're gonna record it here on the streets live.
Huh? In New York.
In New York, live, all down the streets, yo. He just, I mean, obviously, it doesn't sound like a black guy, but yeah, that's the idea. And actually, it's a very unique, even in the artistic sense. Even in the artistic sense, this is actually a very unique a way to just record music, pretty much. Because usually people do it in a isolated room somewhere, right, in a studio. But this is like, this is pretty good. I was thinking it's like they're being a little bit pretentious, but then the film itself is, I think they're trying to tell me that they what is this? Because I think New York is also a character on its own, because they actually besides like showing showing the story between our characters and our lead and our leads. The movie also shows a bunch of what do you call this?
The chaos and
like the chaos and whatever's happening in the background, especially like when they're recording on the rooftop, and then like some guy's like, "Hey, I'm gonna call the cops."
Did you notice that while they're congratulating each other, you can actually hear the police siren?
Yes.
This is so dumb.
I'm not really sure if they actually are trying to arrest them like in real life, or the one on the subway, I'm pretty sure that was staged. I'm pretty sure that was completely staged. But the one on the roof, yeah.
Well, you see, the movie's budget is only 6 million, so I wonder if they actually did it just did it raw, just shoot and run.
Hang on a second.
Okay, probably the subway, you're right, the stage, but I wonder. Just imagine that the rooftop scene they actually did for real, and the shouting guy is actually real.
Surprisingly, I tried to find in the trivias, it didn't say anything about that, so it could be not the case. But then again,
what you mean, begin again?
No, shut up.
Shut up.
No, the thing is, like, I found out actually, they were actually considering to hire Scarlett Johansson to as Greta. I'm pretty sure. To play a character, even though he's just an American. Just really weird.
Well, actually, I don't think the nationality matters here, right? For all we know, she could be a 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪𝓽𝓪.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, because it's played by a British person, then it's adding a little bit more charm to it. I guess.
Wait, is Adam an American?
Adam Levigne's American. Yeah, they're all Americans. I mean, no, except Kiera and James. So the rest are all from the land of opportunity.
Wait, so I might be dumb or something, but is it only me,
Yes, you are
or
dumb.
is Adam's character actually shut up? Is Adam's character actually try to emulate British accent at some point?
What?
No, not really. Okay, that okay. Sorry, then forget about that. I'm just being dumb.
What kind of drugs are you taking?
All right. Anyway,
Yeah. Even I also really enjoyed the fairly realistic setup with how the movie tries to write the yeah, just trying to set up Greta and then to meet together, especially at the beginning. It's actually pretty believable.
it's believable at the same time. Not really. I mean, like, would you accept a drunk guy's proposal like that? Like, hey, let's do a business together. But then again, I
If it's
suppose.
Mark Ruffalo, obviously, who would say no, right?
But he did look like a homeless, and he was sort
Yes.
of like a homeless by that point. But then
Yes.
again, I suppose the whole sequence of like showing both their background, it does show that both of them are lost. And like
Yeah.
what the poster says, can a song save your life?
Mm.
Yeah, it's basically about rediscovering love and fixing your shit.
I'm not
Through
sure
songs,
if
I
life
guess.
is the. I'm not sure life is the word. I think soul is a much better description because well, I'm not sure if okay, I'm not sure if they are financially stable after all that stuff in the beginning.
Who knows? I mean, do you think Dan will commit to suicide? Because that's what he would say, right? He's thinking about it until he heard Greta's song.
Probably not because obviously he's not in the best mind headspace at that time because he's drunk. So
Yeah.
not people will say anything what's on their mind, doesn't matter. And I also really enjoyed that they don't force a romance together because that's really weird.
But the tension is very well done though. Like the romance, the setup, and then I suppose the conclusion is also very satisfying.
I don't really sense a romance between them. Like maybe a little bit,
Sort
but
of.
If
Like,
I mean, even if they do, I'll be a little bit like, okay.
yeah, they're probably like what 15 years old, different.
No, it's not really about that, but okay, the age does matter a little bit, but I think, in my opinion, I just don't see these people. I mean, because here's the thing, like they share us the same passion, but in terms of actually liking each other's personalities and their ups and downs, I'm not too sure about that because you can clearly tell that Greta is a bit I would say this sometimes in the film you can clearly tell that she's a little bit inconsiderate with people's hardships. She just like assumes shit and then she's just gonna fill it out anyway because why not?
Actually, that only happened once, but for the rest of it, she's practically like what Dave said, right? She's a mind reader, sort of.
She's
like,
yeah.
Like she knew that Dave was cheating on her, and also she helped with Violet's insecurity, right? Of how to get that boy, Greg, and then also I suppose in a way, right? At first she was like repulsed by Dan. Repulsed by Dan at first, but she just sort of accepted. I suppose it's just that she's only at fault once in this case. But that's the thing, though. I suppose even after that little argument, they actually grew closer as people. Don't you think? Because that's how they initiate the whole night long of listening to songs together.
Oh, what the heck? And never mind. Yeah, okay. But I also find something also a little strange too with
what?
So she decided to record a breakup song with Steve. That was really why. I mean,
She's a
okay, fine.
songwriter.
I mean, yes, that's a way for you to move on. I guess that's your way. But what happens next is makes me a little bit like, what? So David's just like, he decides to call. Even though he texts her first, and then he said that, oh, we should meet somewhere, and then we should talk. I was like, oh, okay, all right, I'll see what happens.
Okay, maybe that one is a bit forced. Wait, I think they were drunk, right? When
What?
they sent the song.
They were drunk, but the thing is that his reaction is, I would honestly say it's a little bit I would go as far as to say it's a little bit immature, because if okay, as I can imagine, as let's say if I'm him and I received that from my ex, it's like, the fuck. I'm just gonna block her number, never want to meet her again.
But at this point, didn't he already said that he broke up with Meme, the woman that he was cheating with?
But I'm not even sure if okay, I'm just telling you also from like my own personal experience too, because my ex also did something, well, not as crazy as that, but I think during the process of our breakup, she did actually send a bunch of like voice messages, and I'm just like, okay, time to block this person, because I don't really care what is the message behind it. But the thing is that if you still want to, if you send this to your ex, it means to me that you still want to grab on hold on this relationship that clearly itself is not working at all. So I mean, it's fine. I'm okay. It's fine that at the end of the film they don't get together. Again, that's good. But yeah, I mean, maybe I'm just nitpicking because the movie's great. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Actually, what do you think about the act 3 of the movie, where basically like he disappointed her by the way he sings her song? That's pretty inventive, don't you think?
He disappointed her by what?
He's playing the song differently, not the way she wanted to, because when they meet up, right? Greta said that he played this. The song's supposed to be a ballad. It's supposed to be like melancholic and all, but then he turned it into like this a teen pop hit.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why she actually smiled at the start. Yeah.
So that's why. Okay.
Yeah, because he actually played very slowly and make it sad, and then towards the middle, right, when he hits I think the second chorus, it's just like start screaming loudly with loud drums and all. Excuse me. I'm okay.
You just had your test today.
I'll be fine.
I'm a bit concerned now.
Anyway, and I like it. It's very subtle and it's very specific to this movie, right? It makes it stands out. Like, how else do you can create conflict like that just by songs? Yeah. Like, here's the thing. Actually, we talk about the songs a little bit, but here's the thing that I have to say about the writing. I mean, I like Belle, right? I like Belle a lot. It tells a good story and relatively mature and all.
I like Belle too, until the ending.
Yeah, other than the ending. But other than that, I have to say, sometimes the songs doesn't necessarily fit well into the story, into the context of the story. For example, the first song, right, where we introduce the role of you. It's just like, how to put this? It's just like a giveaway song. There's no emotional meaning behind it. And then the Gill of song, I think that's a second song that's being sung. I don't feel much. Only the third and the fourth song is actually good. And remember, Belle is supposed to be musical, and there's only 4 songs. While this one, the songs are actually inserted into the story in a very creative and very meaningful way, don't you think? And then we actually have a lot of songs in this movie. So you got the first song sung by 𝓟𝓸𝓽𝓪, and then we actually listened to 𝓟𝓸𝓽's version of Lost Stars when she played on piano as a Christmas gift. I
Yes.
think like 3 or 4 songs during the whole process of them making the album. And then the breakup song, and then we close it off with the Adam Levigne's version of Lost Stars.
Because actually when I was coming into watching this film, I'm having the mindset of, no, this is gonna be like one of those feel good shallow kinds of films that has very palatable songs that but then they don't really have much meaning behind them, and then I was wrong. Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Mm-hmm.
And although, like one thing that I find it really sad, because I personally really like Kiera's version of the breakaway music, right? The Lost Stars.
Wait, is that a cover?
Huh? What do you mean cover?
That's a cover?
No, that's not a cover. The song is original.
Oh, okay.
But in the movie proper, right, it's being sung by both 𝓟𝓸𝓽 and Dave.
Oh.
Yeah, and
okay.
Unfortunately, in reality, right, Dave is right. If you make it into a rock song and as it's sung by, of course, like an actual musician, it's more popular, because if you see on YouTube or Spotify, his version is definitely way more popular than hers. It's like 10 times or 20 times the view. Which I find it a shame, but I mean, honestly, I like both versions, but I like 𝓟𝓸𝓽's version better.
But that's how the industry works, you know.
Yeah, that's how the industry works.
Just like our video game industry itself. You have the big AAA games with, the Far Cry 6. You got your Cyberpunk 2077, which is still under maintenance.
Oh man, I just
hey,
find
that's funny. Okay.
I just find it ironic indeed. It's just that I think I forgot who was it. I think Saul, remember Dan's partner? He said that, oh yeah, we can remix the song and it's going to be more popular and stuff, right? And yet, in real life, on YouTube and Spotify, there are remix version that's very popular as well. Like, official remix version, by the way.
Oh, yeah, true. You're right. I think one good example is, let me think.
There's like 3 or 4, including both the originals. I think there's like 1 or 2 more like official remix of Lost Stars alone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like one is like how to put this? It suddenly becomes a synth music, sort of the synth music.
Oh yeah, now I remember. There's this song called, I think, I took a pill in Ibiza. If you remember, this is music called I took a pill in Ibiza. That might be that might be the actual title, but that's one of the few lines from the lyrics. That is actually the remix version, and it's actually much more popular than the original one.
But
true.
Yeah. But damn, let me tell you something funny about this how in this movie, right? I think what happened. I think like my sister was playing a song on YouTube, and then wow, it's so beautiful. What is this called? It's called Lost Stars, and then like, oh, it's from a movie. And then I actually listened to the song over and over again. It's so beautiful. And then and at first it's Adam's version, and then I got Kiera Knightley's version, and then like, holy crap, this is so good. And honestly, I kept listening to it and the whole album, and then I only watched the movie like 5 years later.
Wow, okay.
But that's the thing though, is and I actually try my best to find, because I can play piano, right? And I like to play cover music. So there's this Korean artist who has a very good rendition, and she's selling the piano sheet, but then I think she took down the website, so I'm still struggling to find this Korean's piano sheet for the Lost Stars. So good. Yeah, a bit of funny personal story, eh?
Yes, but I would like to probably talk about try to tarnish this film a little bit,
Okay.
Just to balance out the tone, to some degree, because I'm
a
massive
pro-negative person.
Yes, I'm a pro anarchist. So all right, so this is the stuff that I'm actually I think it could be improved on. So one of them is the camera work. Honestly, I find it all right. I wish there is more. That's the problem. I wish they could work a little more with the actual filmmaking. So find some interesting camera angles. Well, I mean, some of them are interesting, but most of the time is just your
It's your
average. Yeah, your average shot, reverse shot, your average establishing shot, and then you
and
got
also
your
your average like
wide shot
this is like
characters.
such a grounded drama movie, right? That you have a shaky camera. It's like as if it's held on hand.
I think this film would be a little bit more interesting. I think if it's done in the perspective of somebody recording, something like found footage, if that makes sense. I think that one could somehow work to some degree because the idea is that so Kiera Knightley's character, Greta, she actually wants to be an indie, indie artist, right? Herself, especially with her band. So obviously they're gonna have to record something. At least somebody like from the band, they have to, or yeah, maybe like Dan has to record them playing with some sort of crappy chemical recorder, or I don't know, maybe someone's iPhone or something.
Oh,
I think
that's hard.
that one could actually play a little bit more with they could have with this like indie sort of like feeling. But that's just my opinion, because I
I
don't
think
know.
that's
I like it, but yeah, they could do a little bit more effort with this one.
I think the found footage idea is interesting, especially like you
Yeah.
see at the start, right? It seems
Hmm.
that it's established that Greta likes to record stuff, right?
Yeah.
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 But I think that will require a lot of rewriting of the story because found footage means you only see one vantage point. But I think the story wouldn't work as well unless you see both of their stories together.
Doesn't have to be exactly fun footage. But in the okay, because the thing is, like, one of my favorite films actually, recently, is that I recently watched this film. I think I told you about it before. House That Jack Built. That one, the camera work is actually somewhat unique. So it's they using handheld most of the time. So you have this claustrophobic a feeling of like this guy could potentially hurt you in some ways, even psychologically speaking. So they have a lot of close-ups to his face, and it's shaking, slightly. And there's like a bunch of zoom in and zoom outs, something like that. I think, okay, obviously that format works in this serial killer thriller slash drama. But I think that kind of camera work can also somehow works here at this as well. But obviously done slightly a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm making sense to you, but yeah, that's what I think. I also think that the direction that they kind of go for is a little bit too safe, I guess. Um, they didn't really try that much experimental or weird. Uh, you say this. The movie is like I think the best way to describe it is it's a normie movie with very smart writing and subtext. That's I think the
Yeah,
best way
I
to
do
put it.
agree. Something
Yeah.
about it screams formulaic, but I can't point my finger at where. But at the same time, I think it's a very well done movie.
Mm, 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 mm. I think that's like the only bad stuff I can find throughout. Because actually, surprisingly, when I was watching, I wasn't that bored by any like at any point. I didn't even, because usually when I'm watching a film, if I'm bored, I will check the time. But in this case, like I don't think I remember doing that. So
Yeah,
that's
it's very engaging towards the end, right? And
hmm.
you actually get hooked listening to the songs. Do you have the same feel when watching Bell, by the way? Just curious.
No, I think I checked the time slot like I think 3 or 4 times. Just yeah, not a good sign at all, especially if it's an animated film, because I know that's also a lot of effort to, that they obviously a lot of animators, like they put this blood, sweat, and tears, even like literally speaking, to make that art come to life. Oh yeah, do you actually know about this? So the apartment that they were shooting right in New York City, that's actually Adam Levigne's real life apartment unit.
No way. Wait, hang on.
Yeah,
You mean
it's
Tim
a real,
Corden's character apartment?
huh?
Tim Corden's character's apartment, Steve?
No.
Oh, the penthouse.
The penthouse. Yeah, that's his real house. I mean, obviously. Well, yeah. But actually, I'm quite surprised that they actually, like, Adam Levine is okay with that, because usually you don't really want to show the world what your house looks like. Obviously, for
I
privacy
don't know.
reasons.
Maybe it's already been shown publicly before, and then like at this point,
Be-
you know what? Screw this. Like, I'll
Well,
just...
to be fair, I'm pretty sure that's not his only house, because it's
He's rich.
yeah, obviously he has a lot of money. So if somebody decides to raid that place, he's like, it's okay, I have like 10 more. I can just move to I can just move down to Chicago and just stay there and then see my kids.
Now you mentioned it, right? The whole movie's budget's like 6 million, I think, right?
No, you mentioned about that 6 million. I don't think I mentioned about 6 million.
Okay, but I just didn't check it on. I wonder how many corners they cut just to make this, because after all, like, you got like, well, I don't know much about Haley Steinfeld, but like you got James Corden, Adam Levigne, Mark Ruffalo, and then Kiera Knightley. Like those must be big stars, right?
They actually have a lot of improv dialogue throughout the film, in case you didn't know, especially with Mark Ruffalo and James Corden.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, because obviously, okay, one is the budget, and so obviously they have to cut a lot of corners, and second, okay, because they're also filming it in the actual, like, on location, on spot, so anything can happen there.
I wonder if the kids are actually,
actually,
legit extra.
Kids, actually, one of the kids is actually Mark. One of them is Mark Ruffalo's real life son, especially like the one that was like playing with the ball. Yeah.
And then offer them cigarette instead, because like they haggle him too much, and they're like, you know what? Rather than lollipop, I'll give you one cigarette, and that you get to share for each one of them. Yeah.
Yes. I can imagine like that kid when he goes back to school. He's like, "Oh yeah, my dad offers me cigarette, guys. Like I have a fucking cool dad." Damn. Kiera Knightley also, I don't think she has ever. Probably she has played the guitar before, but not as in proper training. So she has asked her husband, who is a musician, James Wrighton. Yeah, James Wrighton. And then, according to Kiera Knightley, his lessons were disastrous and almost led her to "quote unquote" divorce and murder. Oh boy! So that is a very British comment from a very British, uptight, upper class lady. Oh,
that's what happened to you in Bristol.
That's what happens to you if why don't you sign up for another Star Wars film? I'm saying now I'm curious, right? So now we have Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Natalie Portman is not. She's not in Star Wars yet. I mean, not reprising her original role again yet, but she is playing Jane Foster again in the newest Thor movie.
Wait, but her character is dead though in Star Wars. Like, you have to make an interquel movie between episode 2 and 3 if you want to insert her again.
Well, they made a Boba Fett series, so anything's possible at this point, I guess.
I think Boba Fett is already established to be alive in canon, I think, even before that movie. I know the legend is thrown out the window, but
I find it very stupid that Boba Fett is able to survive the Sarlacc monster.
But
Like,
he's such
what?
a badass character. He's a character with only like what 3 or 4 lines in 2 movies. Such a cool ass stoic character, right?
I guess so, but
I'm joking. Well, but I think it's his character evoke a lot of imagination, and technically it's not outright impossible. He's wearing armor after all, while Padme is obviously dead.
it would be surprising if she actually came back as a ghost. He just no, it's gonna be like this multiverse thing. So apparently, so Mark Ruffalo is like Hulk is tinkering with some sort of machine he's working on, and then somebody's like poking him like at the back, and then when he looks back, like who's that? Then and then when he turns around again, and then he sees Kiera Knightley plays Amidala, right? Or is it?
Well, she's playing as one of the handmaiden, and play as a decoy, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and then like this nobody like decoy from Star Wars. She's like, hi, wait, am I back in the Tatooine? And then he just goes, what are you talking about? What is doing with Tatooine? Like, who? Like, where's your mommy?
And then out of the shadow, the mouse walk with a dark robe. Both of you will make money for me forever.
Yes. And also keep in mind that this is like the same kid that is from episode 1. So they had to have to de-age Kiera Knightley back to where she was like, I don't know, like 19 years old.
Oh, that's dumb. I love it. All right. Anyway, I think we're running out of time.
Yes. Any final thoughts with Begin Again?
I love it. If you like musical, everyone should listen to this.
What would you recommend?
A fresh musical.
What would you recommend besides this one? As in a similar film like this, or you don't have anything?
Similar film. Honestly, like when it comes to this kind of musical genre, I'll say either La La Land or this. That's it. I don't know anything else like those two.
Okay, good. It didn't say anything about that Cats movie from 2019.
I'm sorry. What's that? I've never heard of it.
Yeah, me too. I think I just got possessed for a second. I'm sorry.
Okay. So this is not like one of those alternate dimension bullshit, right?
Anyway. I hope not. Yeah, I also like it too.
Mm-hmm.
It's cute. It's fun to watch. It's for the family. Yes, I will state again that this is a pretty tame family film. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about this. Not much going on. We are going to be covering Escape from. Is it Escape to New York or Escape from New York?
Escape from New York.
Escape from New York. Yes. So we're gonna. Yeah.
We're going to watch how Metal Gear is born. Well, technically.
Wait, really?
I wonder if it's actually Metal Gear is inspired by this. Who knows? Kojima is weird in his own way.
Yes. Oh, because that's how the Japanese culture works, I guess.
Because
just
actually,
being weird.
Yeah, actually in Metal Gear Solid 2, right? They actually make a reference to the movie where Snake,
of course,
where like obviously not Snake, right? Say like, I'm not Snake. What are you talking about? I'm Arqua Pliskin. Which like if it's Snake, it'll be Snake Plissken. It's not Arqua Pliskin. What are you talking about? Get out of here.
Okay, all right. Anything else? I don't think so. What? Are you trying to say happy birthday?
That's Lost Stars, you dickwad.
Oh. Yeah, that's actually one of the worst renditions. Don't do that again.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so see you guys next time. And before you go, You can find us everywhere: Spotify, YouTube. Actually, no. Yeah, you can find us on YouTube. Not YouTube Music. I'm pretty sure there's.
We're live everywhere.
Everywhere, even the back of your closet and the back of your refrigerator. You can also, like, again, you want to check out my letterbox. That's letterbox.com/Malteser999.
You can find our transcript in your toilet paper.
You can do that. I don't guarantee you'll find that, but whatever. So, see you guys next time, and take care.
Ciao. Bye bye.